What's up, cloud gamers? Welcome to the Cloud Gaming Extreme channel, your destination for all things cloud gaming. Today brings us a freshly written article from gamesindustry.biz. Written by James Batchelor, we get an insight into the status of Stadia from the developer and marketing lead Nate Ahearn and two Stadia Makers studios. The overriding message we receive here is that Google says Stadia is alive and well. First of all, the article touches on recent goings on at Stadia, with Stadia Games and Entertainment closing down, to Jade Raymond leaving, and then the head of product John Justice resigning as well. It gives a really good timeline of the recent goings on and leads us up to where we are today. And today we find that marketing lead Nate Ahearn has told gamesindustry.biz that the project is alive and well. In a direct quote, he says, "We are well on our way to over 100 new games launching on Stadia in 2021, and we are continuing to make Stadia a great place to play games on devices you already own. I'd tell any non-believers to take notice of how we are continuing to put our words into action as we grow the Stadia Makers program and partner with AAA studios like Capcom, EA, Square Enix, Ubisoft and others." When pressed for more information, Mr. Ahearn said that Google was focused on delivering value for our partners and on behalf of our players. He pointed to the release of newer titles like Resident Evil Village and the introduction of AAA hits like Resident Evil 7 and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which recently landed onto our Pro subscription. He also touched on the addition of new features. Looking back, our most recent features added to Google Stadia was the implementation of a search bar and the ability to delete multiple game captures and game states at the same time. They did tease an activity feed coming soon, but that has yet to be implemented. The article then goes on to say that they pushed for more information about the recent departures, to which a spokesperson replied and reiterated that when Google announced it was closing its studio, the company said it would be finding new roles for as much of the SG&A team as possible. As for the 6 joining Raymond's team, Google says they are happy they were able to find new opportunities. We then go on to find that the product team for Stadia is now led by a long-time Googler and Stadia founder Dov Zimring. According to a spokesperson, Dov has been instrumental as a senior leader in the product development for both Project Stream and Stadia. He will be leading the team toward our goals of creating the best possible platform for gamers and technology for our partners. The article now moves on to the Stadia Makers program, and for anyone unfamiliar, this is an initiative that offers support on everything from development to marketing to the studios bringing Unity-based titles to the service. And the program has produced 5 indie titles for Stadia so far, and another 20 are in development. The article asks that with no first-party exclusives heading to Stadia, should we expect that the onus is on indies enrolled in the Stadia Makers to deliver the titles that will help sell the platform? But Ahearn said that that is not the case, and I quote, "We are not shifting pressure onto the independent studios we work with in Stadia Makers. The whole point of the program is to support their addition of Stadia as a launch platform for their game, not add any pressure or make anything harder for them." The article then goes on to discuss that the 2 indie studios that they spoke to, one's currently working on new Stadia Makers releases, both supported this claim. Martin Baiza, the community manager at Sudesco, who recently launched Kaze and the Wild Mass on Stadia, says the closure of the internal studio, and I quote, "has not had any impact on the support we receive or our relationship with Stadia." And Alyssa Colgard, who is the senior producer at the Darkside Detective studio, Akapura Games, adds, and I quote, "Google has been doing some internal reorganisation that has impacted developers in some ways, but they have been transparent about their restructuring and working with us directly on ways to ensure we are supported to the same level we were when we signed onto the Makers program." Continuing on the subject of the Stadia Makers program, the article then goes on to quote Mr. Ahearn as saying, "An important distinction about Stadia Makers to highlight is that by design, we don't expect any studios to exclusively publish their game on Stadia. Rather, the program is designed to support studios in bringing their Unity-based games to launch on Stadia in addition to other platforms. He continues, that translates into more games for players to enjoy from diverse voices that tackle themes like mental health, dystopian realities and the human mind. For the independent studios that are part of Stadia Makers, 2021 will bring more players to experience their games instantly through the cloud, and we think that's a great opportunity to continue to build upon. I think these points that are made in this article today just points toward the fact that Google Stadia do not seem to be interested in making exclusive games for the platform whatsoever. The next section of the article gets Martin and Alyssa's thoughts on cloud gaming. Nothing out of the ordinary, just what you would expect in terms of where cloud gaming is right now in the marketplace. The final extract from the article is a quote from Mr. Ahearn, and I'll read that out. I'd say that one of the lessons we learned from our close relationship with Stadia Makers Studios is that they wanted a closer relationship with our partner engineering team to walk through different technical resources and provide more direct support to shipping titles on Stadia. That's a change we made in February 2021, carving out more resources for our partner engineering team to work more closely with developers when necessary. So a very interesting and eye-opening article indeed. Everyone will have their own interpretation of what was said, and with that being said, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Keep up to date with all of our social channels for the latest cloud gaming news, tech reviews and comparisons. Don't forget to drop us a wee like on the video, subscribe and ring those bells so you don't miss out on any more great content. Until next time folks, stay safe and keep on gaming.